Okay, so just if you use the OS level after the DB installation is done, then we have to connect to their SID ADM user. For all OS level admin level activities, we have to use the SID ADM user. Suppose your database SID is HDS, then HDS ADM. If database user is HDP, then HDP ADM we need to switch. Then type HDB space info, then you will get the like this here, right? So which means so nothing is running, which means the database is stopped status here. So then we can start it using the HDB space start command here, right? So just we have to use the commands to start the database and stop the databases here, right? So this is the command we have to use in the systems. Cancel with failed. Mhm. There is a one change we have to perform. For this type of error. So there is a one these all are OS level issues, Linux level issue. But there is a one note actually for this is of issues. Yes. So we need to set the one command. So we have set C Linux is equal to 1. So we need to set this one in the path and for C. Disabled. Okay. Connect with the root user. So that's why we need to know the commands. So to do this one, the edit command. Okay. So now we have done. We have we have done the changes here. So as for the block, we change it to the here. Let me try to reboot the OS here. Reboot means OS restart. Okay, reboot means OS restart, restarting the OS operating system. So how Windows level, how we will do the reboot? Same way we have to do the restart here. Okay, so connected to the HD7, HDS or HD7. Okay, so HDS ADM, then HDB space info, capital HDB. Okay, so then HDB space start. Yes, it is getting started now. So this one is getting started now. So to fix the issue, to fix the issue, this voice level issue, to fix this issue, what we have done, we have changed the one configuration file here. Okay, in the configuration file, this is the Linux file. We set the enforce equals to we set the enforce equals to disabled status in this file here. Then we rebooted the OS. Then we are starting the HANA database again here, right? We are starting the HANA database here. Using the HDB start, it will start the HANA database here. It will start the HANA database here.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir. Sir, in the down it was showing, sir, no such file exists, means, sir.
Where?
That when, yes, sir, this second last line.
Here,
Yeah, no such file or directory. Down to that, down to that.
here I wrongly used the command. So that's the reason it is using here. Actual path is this is the path here. In this path, there is a configuration file. In this file, we set the status equals to the disabled status. Okay. This is the actual path here. I used the wrong one as per the blog. This is the wrong one. This is the correct one.
And we are using the HDS ADM, sir, user?
Yes.
HDS.
SID ADM user we have to use for the database, any database SID operating system level activities. So we have to use the SID ADM. So currently I'm working on the HDS, then HDS ADM. I have to work it. Suppose you are working on the HD1, then HD1 ADM user, you have to start the database. For any database, we have to use their own operating system, SID ADM user. Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
Sir, this SELinux configuration you put in disable mode. In ideally, because you have the experience, in production environment, we're supposed to keep the disable, or it depends on the organization policy.
So we have to disable it actually. We have to disable it for the especially for the Linux systems. So for Red Hat Linux systems, we have to disable this one. This is a OS level issue.
Yeah.
OS
No,
level.
what I'm asking in the production environment, so you just if you can share with us, it should be the disable or we should discuss with the organization policy, like they will keep it enabling and configure the software
No, we have to disable it. The issue is,
disable.
yeah, if you enable it in the Red Hat Linux systems, systems won't start. Systems it won't start. SAP HANA systems it won't start. IS systems. So we have to keep disabling status here. We have to disable it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
If you are using the Linux operating system, not required, but Red Hat Linux we are using, then definitely we need to disable this one.
Same thing for SUSE also.
SUSE Linux is not required. Only Red Hat Linux we have this issue. So
Okay.
Red Hat Linux is not required. Only so SUSE Linux we have to only Red Hat Linux we have to do that one. SUSE Linux is not required. Okay, so it is getting started. So
We know that it is a SUSE or Red Hat Linux.
I think you missed my previous class when I explained about the commands. So if you go to any operating system, if you go to the, so there is a file /etc/os-release. Okay. In the etc, there is a os-release tab is there. There you will get the what is the operating system and which operating system are you using, what is the version, all the information will be showed here, right? So this is the 8.8 version we are using. This is the RHCL, Red Hat Linux Enterprise Linux. So Red Hat Enterprise Linux Server 8.8 we are using here. Okay. So same as like SUSE Linux also, it will get that SUSE Linux Enterprise Server. So 15, SP1, SP2, like this, you will get the information. Okay. So then HDS ADM, switch to the HDS ADM. Then if you type, so HDB space info, it will give the information. It will give the clear information here. Previously, when we type HDB info, we have not received any process here. We have not received any process here. Now when I type the HDB info, we got the 7 HANA core process we got here, right? HANA process which I discussed, which means now database is started status. Now database is now started status here. Now when I start the HDB info, now we got this one here, which means database started. So once the database is started status, then we have to do the administration activities of the database using the HANA Studio. HANA Studio is the one of the desktop tool. So we have to install on the desktop so that we can log into the HANA Studio. We can perform all the activities here. All the activities we can perform it here. So using the HANA Studio option here, right? So so let me open the HANA Studio here. Once we open the HANA Studio, so here we can add the databases, n number of databases we can add it, and we can perform all the administration tasks we can perform it here. All the administration tasks we can perform it here. So that's why whenever you type just HDB info, you will get so our 7 family members here, 7 family members here, including this is the daemon. This is the daemon, name server, compile server, preprocessor, index server, access engine. So these all are the HANA family members, right? So these are the HANA core process in HANA language, core process. In the HANA core process, so if this processor live is running here, then we can add to the database, then we can do we can add to the database and we can do the admin work here. So OS level, only we can do the installation part, then we can start and we can stop it, right? So these are the things we can do it at OS level. So once the HANA is installed at operating system level, then the next point is we need to monitor. We need to monitor the databases here. right? So how we have to monitor all the information? Let's see now.
And once the 7 core processes will shows, then only we can able to open the HANA Studio, right?
Right, then only we can connect to the HANA Studio. Otherwise, we cannot add the databases here. Here, this is the HANA Studio, right? When you open the HANA Studio, you will get the administration prompt here, administration prompt. So, this is the administration studio here. So then we have to add the systems here. Since mine one is locked, that I used it previously. Let me unlock it here. So in every desktop, you have the HANA Studio is available. So if not available, then you can go to the here, then you can just add to the studio, the search bar, just you can add to the here, so that it will be available here. So it is available here. Okay. So like this, you will get the HANA Studio here, right? Here we have to add the systems here. I have already shared the system. That's why it's showing that. So HANA databases here, SIDs here. So let me remove here. Okay. So then I will show you how to add the systems, into the HANA Studio here, right? So just click on the plus symbol here, add the system here, right? So just click on the add the system here. Just type your host name where you install the HANA database, SAP Linux 1, right? So then, so what is the instance number? What is the instance number of the database you installed here? The instance number is 07, 07 of this database is here, 07 here. So then, is the multi-container? Yes, this is the HANA 2.0. Then you can add the system DB here. So system, then password, not sure who installed this one. Maybe it's the correct one. Let's view this one.
London 2023, sir.
Yeah, it is getting added now. This testing the connection, then database will be added here, right? So here database is added here, right? At the same time, just we can add the tenant also, system DB and tenant also. We have to add it to the here tenant database. Database name is HDS, right? So then just to go to the give the system, then password also you can give it to the here. So why? Because initially we don't have any users. Then we have only one user, that is called the system user here, right? So these users are created during the installation time here. So during the HANA installation, right? So we have, so one is the SID ADM user for OS level, OS admin user. This is the OS admin user. Then system user. Then system user. System user is for the DB admin user. DB admin user here. DB admin user. System user is for the DB admin user. SID ADM is for the OS admin user here. Why? Because to log into the database level, first time we have to use the system user. For operating system level, we can use this user here, OS level admin activities. Admin activities means OS level, suppose if you want to stop. So suppose if you want to stop, we can use this one. Start, we can use it. Restart. So suppose any other activities, any other additional activities, we can perform it here. For database level, we can use the system user first time when we are logging here, right? That's why we use the system user here, right? Then after that, just right click on the system DB. So right click on the system DB. Then we can go to the configuration monitoring. Just to go to the administration, right? Just to go to the administration here. Then the administration window will be opened here. So, or just to go to the HDS, double click on it. That is also the administration window will be opened from here also here, right? So HDS ADM, the administration window will be opened from here also. So like that, we can perform all the admin level activities here. This is the way we have to add the systems into your HANA Studio here. So here, so ours is the HANA 2.0, which means apartment concept. Definitely there is a initially G+1, which means one system DB, one tenant DB. By default, it will be so installed. So that's why 2.0 multi-container, two databases will be installed. One is the system DB, the second one is the tenant DB here. So we have system is available here. You can see the here you can see the studio opened here. The administration page is opened here, right? Then at the same time, we can also open the tenant database also. If we double click it, then administration page opened. Or if you go to the configuration, then administration page also will be opened here. So this is the HANA Studio administration tabs here. So here, what we can see here. So here we have to discuss about all these tabs here. Overview, landscape, and alerts, performance. So all those things we have to discuss here, right? So overview tab here. The first tab, as soon as you install the HANA database, once you add it to the here, so here it will give the information here. So when you go to the overview page, the first tab here, it will give you the overview. Overview means it will give the overview means. So suppose when you purchase any book, you will get the summary page or overview page or index page, right? Which means before you go and reading the book, you have the unit numbers and also page numbers are available. Then we can see the overview of the book, right? Same way. So when this is available, we have the HANA Studio. There is a overview tab here. In the overview tab here, it will show the status of all the services. Services means we have the 7 processes are there, right? All the 7 process related information it will show here, right? 7 process related information like all the services are started or not. So what is the system usage here? So when was the last restart? Today only we done the restart here. Is it distributed system? No. Right? What is the version of the database? HANA 2.0 SPS07 is the database version here. So then what is the build time? This is the one. What is the OS platform here? Red Hat Linux 8.8 here. What is the Linux? What is the Linux? So what is the Linux version here? What is the platform, Red Hat Linux platform? What is the hardware manufacturer? What is the HANA memory usages here? CPU usages here, disk usages. Disk means /HANA data volume, /HANA log volume, /HANA shared trace volume. So all the, what is the full space? Then what is the usage currently? All the information is displayed here. All the information is displaying in the overview tab here. This is the just overview tab. Before we go deeply, just giving the glance, means summary, overview of the each and everything here. We got the everything here, how it is behaving. So, and whether all the services are started or not. So what is the use of the CPU utilization, memory utilization, all the information will give you the in the here. In the system DB or tenant DB, it will show the information here, right? So that is the main thing here, right? So then landscape tab here, landscape tab here. The landscape tab, landscape. So landscape means your system related process status will be displayed here. So is the process is active, compile server, daemon, name server, preprocessor, web dispatcher, right? This is a service. This is the common for everyone. So web dispatch, this five are there in the system database here, right? 5 are there in the system database here. So normally the what is the difference here? What is the, so normally we know the difference between the HANA 1.0 and 2.0 here, right? At the same time, what is the difference between the system DB in HANA 2.0? We discussed about the, so we have the one system DB, then multiple tenants we can create here. Then what is the use of this one? In HANA, we have the 7 process will be created here, right? So one is the index server, name server, so then pre-processor, right? So compile server, so access engine, then web dispatcher, then daemon. So these are the 7 processes are created at upper database level. These are the 7 processes are created at database level here, right? So when you done the installation, this 7 process will show here, right? So if the 7 processes are not showing, then you are unable to connect to the database, means definitely database is stopped or definitely something is happened to the database level. So which means we cannot connect it here. When this process are down or stopped status, we cannot connect it here. So here, then which process are here? All the process are in the, few are in the system DB, few are in the tenant database will resides here. So which means few are will resides in the ground floor, few are will resides in the system database here. So what are those here? What are those process will stay here? So when you install the HANA database on the one operating system, when you install the HANA 2.0 here, you will get the one system DB. On top of, you will get the one tenant DB you will get here. One system DB, one tenant DB you will get here. Tenant DB means here the index server, access engine will be in the tenant databases. So remaining 5 process here, right? So name server, compile server, preprocessor, then web dispatcher, then daemon. So NPCWD. So then here all these will be in the, so these 5 are in the, in the system database here. This is the system DB, which means ground floor. This is the tenant database. This is the first floor here. So this is the, this process will stay here. That's why when you go to the system DB here, here it's showing only 5 process only: compile server, daemon, name server, preprocessor, web dispatcher. Only 5 are showing in the system database. So what is the difference between the system DB, tenant DB means? System DB contains only 5 process. Tenant DB contains the remaining 2 process here. So here, what is the use of each and every process here? What is the use of each and every process here? So coming to the index server, right? Index server is the main process here. In the entire database, index server, I for index server is the main process. So it will store the all the data, all the calculations, all the engines are available in the index server. I mean to say, Index server is the master of the database. Here it contains the all the data here. Is the father of the database. In a home, how the father will play the responsibility, same way index server will play the responsibility in the database here. That's why we will call it as these are the family members. 7 HANA family members here. In our family also we have the father, mother, child, same kids are there, right? Same as like here also we have the index server. Index server is the father of the database. Here all the data resides. The data which is coming from the SAP application or any other applications, it will store in the SAP application. So this it will store in so index server. All the data will store in the index server. Full data, any data which is coming to the database level, it will store in the index server only. Okay. So all the data loads, calculations, everything it will store in the index server here. That's why we will call it as the father of the database. Sir, everything is data in the database level. What will be database level? Data will be there. Where the data storing in the index server level, it is storing here. Then what is the use of the other process then? Only index server is the taking care of the all the responsibilities here, storing the data, calculations, engines. So there are the multiple engines are available in the query engines. So in the index server, then what is the use of the other process? Other process will help to the index server to store the data. Normally, how we will help to our fathers. So during if he is doing any work, so he is the main father of the house, means he is the main one in the home, right? So so if anything is small works, we will help to the father to store their calculations and everything we will help, right? Same as like here, the remaining 6 process will help to the index server here. So here, what is the use of the name server means? Name server, it will holds the topology related information. So topology related information means here, so what is the SID, what is the instance number, what is the host name, IP. So all these details it will hold it. Means so name server will play the small role here, which contains the landscape related information. It will holds the landscape related information here. So landscape related information here. Landscape means, so it is the, what is the SID? So what is the SID here? So what is the SID? Instance number, host name, instance number, host name, IP, all the details here. It will show all the details. It will be stored in the name server here. All the details it will be stored in the name server here. Okay. Then it will be available in the system DB, right? Then what is the use of the preprocessor here? Preprocessor is responsible to processing the unstructured data, processing the unstructured data, processing the unstructured data. So in the database level, if any database coming, if any data is coming without any structure, normally, so sometimes the data will come to the database level, suppose in this without any structure. Structure means some text format. Suppose if you open the notepad, if you want to open the notepad, so in the open the notepad, it will come like this here. There is no structure. There is no syntax. Structure means what? What does it mean by structure here? So structure means, so if there is a from C programs, if you see the programs, if you see the queries, there is a structure. Open bracket, close bracket, do while, something like some structures. So sometimes data will come into your database level without any structure. In the text format, it will come. So that time if any data coming that time, so then preprocessor immediately it will take care of, it will process the unstructured data, means it will convert to the structured format and it will hand over to the index server. It will hand over to the index server here. So then compile server. Compile server is responsible compilation of the programs. In the database level, we have not only data here. There is some code, some programs are available here. Programs, stored procedure. So it will compile it. It will compilation of programs and stored procedures. Stored procedures are available in the database level. So it will do the all kind of work in the system here. Then help to the index server to store the data. Process the unstructured data and he will help to the index server to store the data here. Name server, it will hold the topology related information and will help to the index server here. Access engine and web dispatcher. So web dispatcher means it will web-based request. It will take the web-based request. If any request which is coming from the browser, then how in SAP level SMICM will handle the web-based request, will take the web-based request and will forward to the access engine here. Then access engine is responsibility the process the web-based request here. A web-based request here. This will process the web-based request in the system here. Then, so that is the one. Daemon is the main process here. Daemon. So if any process out of this 7 process, if any process is in the error state or normally in the database language faulty state, then daemon will go and start that service here. That will go and will retry that service here, which means daemon is kind of mummy. So here we have the father, daemon is the mummy. In our home also we know if any kid or if we are sick status, immediately the mummy will give the boost and Bornavita to us to get the some energy, then we will play our responsibilities, right? Same as like in the database level also, daemon is the one of the mummy process. Here, what this daemon will do, if any process, either any one of the process is down due to some errors, some issues, immediately it will go and clear that faulty state. Faulty state means error state, it will clear it here. So error state, it will clear it here. So now see database is come to the, so now CPU utilization is come to the green status here. So here in the landscape tab, we can see the all the process status here. It is the active or not. What is the use of the CPU utilization? What is the use of the memory utilization? So all the information it will show here. Suppose let me kill the one process here. Okay, I have cancelled the one process here, like web dispatcher here, right? When I cancel the web dispatcher, your system status is again down and CPU utilization also more here, right? So just wait, just click on the refresh button again. So it will start immediately here. It is started immediately here. Then who started this one? Did I start this one? I just only killed that process. I just only stopped that process. Then who started? The daemon, what it will do, out of my family members, any one of the is down, immediately it will go and start that button. So that responsibility will take care of the way daemon process here. Daemon process here. That is the use of the daemon here, right? So daemon is the responsible here. So that's why each process we have what is the host name it is running, whether it is active or not, what is the port number for this process, what is the service type, when was the last restart, then what is the process ID, CPU, memory, all the information it will show. As part of our day-to-day monitoring here we have to come and see the status of all the process here. All the process we need to check it out here, whether this process are active or what is there any high CPU utilization, high memory utilization, it will show the symptoms here, right? So this is the landscape tab here. This is the overview tab. That is the landscape tab here, right? So this is the information here. Then same way you can see in the tenant also here. So this is the tenant DB. The same process here, same data, same process, same disk space, same information it will show here. This is the HANA 2.0 SPS07 which we installed here. This is the HANA 2.0 here. So right. So then if you go to the landscape tab here we have the additionally 2 processes are available here. In the system DB, you have only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But when it comes to the here in the tenant DB, all the process will show here, including tenant system DB also. Here additionally, you have the index server and access engine. Index server and access engine along with the system DB process also it will show here, which means it's not like that. Tenant also we have the one more 7 process. No, not like that here. Every tenant we have the index server, access engine. These are the it's derived from, it is showing from the system DB only. It's showing from the system DB only. If you want, just we can check the so the process ID, the port number, the process ID is same for each and every OS level. If anything is running, it will create the one process ID here. If you want check, you can check here. Suppose web dispatcher 14529. Here you can see here the process ID here, web dispatcher 14529 here, right? So suppose if you want to check, so name server 3189, name server 3189, name server 3189. It's the same process, but only in the display mode it is showing. It's not like that. All the 7 processes are again running on the tenant DB. So system DB we have the 5 processes running. Tenant DB remaining 2 processes like index server and access engine here. System DB, the master is like, so name server. Name server is the master of the database in the system DB. So index server, tenant database, the master of the database in the tenant database here. This is the master role. This is the master here. So here it is the master is the system DB. Who is the master? Name server. Here tenant database here. In the tenant database, index server is the master here. Index server is the master here. So actual data stores here, where the data is storing here is the tenant or system DB. Where the actual data is storing here, the tenant DB. Why?
Tenant DB. Index server lies in tenant DB.
The index will be there in it.
Right, exactly. This is the question they may ask you. Okay. So where the index server is available, tenant DB, where the actual data stores in the database level, index server, why base? So in that index server is available only on the tenants. So that's why all the applications, our SAP applications and everything will connect to only tenant database only, not the system database. Then what is the use of the system database? System database will monitor the all the tenants here. If you tomorrow, if you install the one more tenant, then on top of the system DB, if you install the one more tenant, so this will be monitored. Then system DB will monitor the all the tenants here. System DB will monitor the all the tenants here, whether how it is running on the all the information. It will do the all those things here. System DB here. Okay. So that is the information of the system DB here. That is the information of the system database here. Okay.
In tenant, it is showing all the services now. Only it will take care of the index and engine, right?
Yeah, it will show the all the services, but actually it is only 2 services are running on the tenant database only. That is the index server, access engine. But system DB service also it will show display in the display mode. It will show the but it's not like that. It's on the tenant DB. Just to it is showing the in the display mode. It is showing. See here. Here this is the system DB. The system DB we have only 5 process here. Same process it will show along with the tenant related access engine, index server related process also it will show here. Okay, which means it's not like that. Okay, we have the one web dispatcher here. We have the one more web dispatcher here. It's not like the 2 web dispatchers here. Only one web dispatcher. If you want to see
Just displaying.
in the display mode, I am killing here. See here, I am killing here. This killed here. Right, it is stopped here. Same way, it will stop here also here. See here, it is stopped here. Just in the display screen, it is showing like this here. But it's not like that. It is started here. Right, it is started now here. So here, this refresh button. This is the refresh button. This will be refresh here. Right. So instead of multiple times refresh, just set the refresh interval here every 5 seconds here. So that every 5 seconds it will be refresh your screen here, right? So better go with this one. Okay, this is the one here, right? So here, so that's why keep in reminder any SAP application, suppose you have the ECC or BW or CRM, anything, it will directly connect to the tenant database only, Why? Because so where the data is there, then all applications will connect to here. So that is the main thing here. So you have the suppose like outside of the topic where the joggery is there, all the ants, so remaining all the ants and everything will come to the near to joggery, right? Same place. So where the data is there, where data means index server, then all applications will connect to that one. So where the tenant is index server is there, all applications will connect to the only on tenant database only. Why? Because in the tenant, we have the index server. All the data will reside on the index server only. So all applications will connect to the index server only. Then what is the use of the system database then? System database will help to the index servers. System database will help to the tenant databases, right? So suppose if you want to touch the tenant database, you need to come with the system database only. If you want to stop the tenant database, you need to come with the system database only. If you want via system database only, we have to do all kind of activities. In the ground floor, we have the owner. The first floor, we have the tenant, tenant 1, tenant 2, tenant 3, like that. We have the 4 or 5 tenants are there. So if you want to touch any tenant outside of the people, if you want to touch outside of the tenant, first we have to go to the ground floor owner, then we have to ask the permission, then via owner, we have to take the respective action, right? That is the formula. So without consulting the owner will object, who are touching my tenants without informing me, something like that, he will object, right? Same thing like this here. But nowadays it's not like that. Just you can ignore it. So, but directly you can enter into the tenant database, you can do whatever he wants in the tenant house, right? Seeing this. So each tenant we have the index server access engine, index server access engine, index server access engine here. So that is the one thing here, right? So here in the landscape tab, we can monitor the tenant related informations. We can monitor it here, right? So how the process are running here, what is the CPU utilization, memory utilization, live utilization, it will show display the here, right? Then if you go to the alerts tab, the next tab is the alerts. Alerts means the alerts tab here. It's alerts means it will show the current alerts here. Current alerts means it will show the alerts means in the system, if any errors, it will show the information in the here. So suppose in the SM21, ST20 we can see the dumps in the SAP level here. So there is no transaction ports here. Just we have to navigate to the tabs here. Here it will show the information here. It will show the information here. So if any alerts in the database level, if any errors, it will show the symptoms here in this alerts tab here. So alerts means issues. So those issues we have to we have to fix it here. What is this issue? Some deprecated feature APU repository was in the last interval. Check the view to see the features were used in the, this is the latest version. So some features are deprecated in the latest versions. In the latest versions, some features are deprecated here. So that is the reason it's showing the this information here. Some backups, and also database is currently is running without any TLS configuration. TLS configuration means the security configuration, SSL configuration. So that is not available. Like that, it's showing the information which are low, which are medium, which are alerts. So we need to check whether it is the valid or not. You have to take the respective action here, right? So how can I know? Like how can I know? Always I am not in the HANA Studio, right? Always I am not in the HANA Studio to monitor the all the alerts, issues, and everything. So how can I do? So there is a configure button here. Then here you can provide the your email address, sender email address. Suppose like no reply at hds.com. So then here what you can do, SMTP server. SMTP server means so every company there is a mailbox server. That mailbox server we have to provide it here. SMTP dot, suppose like some giving who is the recipient here. Recipient means SAP basis team at So mycompany.com, every team, there is a email address, right? Group email address. Then you can just provide the SAP basis team this one. Then if any alert is generated here, immediately you will get the mail to your mailbox. So if you are in this email ID, if you are in this email ID, you will get the email box, you will get it out here. All the alerts, you will get it to the here. That is the, so one thing here, it should be received here. So in case, if you receive one, if you want to, if any errors, then this database will send the mail to your mailbox. Then always we will monitor our mailboxes, right? If any mails, then immediately we will take the action here. Same way we will get the actions from the alerts tab here. Whatever we have here, iCPU, memory, any database stopped, process is stopped, then all the information we will get from the alerts tab here. All the information we will get from the here alerts tab here, right? So what type of alerts we will get it out here? See the check information. So memory usage, disk usage, any process restarted, stopped, address, CPU, memory, all the information, all the checks we will get to, we will come to the our screen here. It will come to the our list here. It will generate the list here. So that we will get the notification to the our mailbox here. Okay, this is about the HANA Studio, the first three tabs here. Overview tab, landscape tab, alerts tab here. Right. So tomorrow we'll discuss about the few more tabs as well here. So first of all, what we will do today, just to add the HANA systems to the your HANA Studio. Then just you can add to the HANA Studio. Then you can do the monitoring. Okay, you can just do the monitoring. Once first add it, then see what are the information we are seeing here. So all the information, just clearly check all the information here. Okay.
Sir, we have to configure that in tenant and system database, both alerts are only.
Same system database, that much of not required. If you want to configure the system database also, there is a configure button, right? Here you can
Yes,
configure.
as a real time, we will configure in tenant or both.
Both we will configure. Sometimes system database also will give trouble, but since there is no data, but sometimes it will give the trouble. Better we will configure that. We will configure. It will give the summary, how many alerts, critical, red, medium, yellow. So all the information, it will give the information here. So that is a summary. Okay, alerts tab, errors, database level, something is happens, then it will give the symptoms here. That will be generated, when was the generated, that we have to take it action here. So these are the, we can ignore. This is the deprecated future. So user action. Check the view to see feature were used or not. So we have to open the SAP note. It will give the clear information. So what we have to do and everything here. It will give the solution also here. Configure the TLS configuration, user action. So then backup, take the backup, perform the backup. This all will come in the coming days here. How to take the backups, how to change the parameters, all those things will come. So based on that, we can avoid this type of errors here. Okay, configure this one. Host name is SAP Linux 1, instance number is 07. Then you can configure this one. Just add to your HANA Studio. Just try to monitor. In case sometimes what happens, you are the new, sometimes you may get this type of screens, right? You will minimize, maximize something, you will get this empty page here. Then you are not sure what you have to do and everything here, right? Sometimes in any case, your HANA Studio is not showing properly, then go to the Windows, then perspective, then there is a reset, right? Go to window, perspective, there is a reset button. Just click on this reset, then your studio will come to the again your previous status here, right? Previous status here. So that is what you can do it here. Sometimes your button, your cursor will go like this, and you will get like this here. Then you will see, oh, my HANA Studio is not working. What we have to do, and something is happened. Means don't need to worry here. Just to go to the Windows, perspective, and a reset. That's it. Okay, you will get your screen back to the previous status here. Here there is a add systems button. Then you can add the systems here. Okay, that is what you can do it here. Okay, so just to do the first three tabs here. Tomorrow we'll discuss about the remaining tabs. Okay.